Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe. Today I'm going to give you guys my number one recovery tip. Someone asked me this question this morning actually on Instagram, so I figured I would just pop on here for a quick little video to share with you guys like the number one thing I would start doing in my recovery. And there are so many things, so obviously this isn't the only thing I would be doing, and I'm sure I could think of some other things that are ridiculously important. But as far as healing your metabolism, getting your period back, and really setting yourself up for healing, my number one tip would be to eat breakfast within 30 minutes of waking up. And now there's a couple reasons why I think this is extremely important. So when you wake up in the morning, you're waking up because of cortisol. Cortisol spikes and it gets you up and out of bed. Cortisol is going to be the antithesis to healing for us. Many of us are living in a chronic high cortisol state because of the excessive exercise, under eating, unbalanced blood sugar levels, like everything that has to do with disordered eating, chronic dieting, or an eating disorder. So you have really high levels of cortisol. So what happens is you're waking up in the morning, and a lot of us, first off, we don't even have an appetite, and we may even be practicing things like intermittent fasting, which is literally just skipping meals, and I highly recommend not doing that, even outside of an eating disorder. I don't think it's beneficial for the metabolism, but that's for another day. But the reason why I wanted to even bring that up is because the reason why you wake up in the morning and you're not even hungry is because you've already been living off of high cortisol levels for the past couple hours. So the liver will run out of glucose in the middle of the night, and it has to get glucose from somewhere. The liver can't work without glucose, so the adrenals will step in and it will pump out a bunch of cortisol so that you can take out glycogen from your muscles so that you can have energy for your body to function, because your body does not function off of thin air. So your cortisol levels spike, and for many of you, you may be experiencing very light sleep. You're waking up in the middle of the night, you're having to pee all the time. Like, this again can be due to your liver running out of glycogen. So anyways, cortisol spikes, and you're already sort of, from 3 a.m. on, you're already sort of in this high cortisol state. You wake up, cortisol is going to really downregulate our appetite and suppress it, so you wake up and you're not even hungry. But anyways, my number one tip for you is to start eating breakfast within 30 minutes of waking up so that you can lower your cortisol levels. Because if cortisol levels are up high here, and then say you get up out of bed and you go work out, okay, working out is a stress to the body, that's increasing cortisol levels, so now your cortisol levels are up here. I don't care how much you eat, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 calories, you're not getting those cortisol levels down to the levels that it needs to be. So don't skyrocket your cortisol. Make sure you get it down as quickly as possible. And the way to do that is by eating food. So that is going to help immensely when it comes to your metabolism and lowering cortisol levels. Now, what else is going to happen is you're fueling your body for the stuff that you have to do that day. It's so funny how, especially in quasi recovery, we tend to push off food later and later and later and later on in the day, when in reality, like, we really need food during the day when we are moving around, when maybe we're working out or we're working. Your brain takes up a lot of energy, so you could be studying for school, doing all that type of stuff. Like, don't be depleting your body, guys. That is when you run into so many issues with energy debt. So really making sure that you fuel your body for the things that you're going to do is so important. And by ensuring that you eat a good substantial breakfast in the morning, you are ensuring that you have some fuel there. Another reason why I think that this is extremely important is because I think it will really help you in terms of your relationship with food. So back to what I was just saying, so many people, they are eating, they're skipping breakfast, then eating a very small lunch, and then at nighttime they do what they call binging, but what I call feasting. After every famine, there's going to be a feast, and thank you, Tabitha Farrar, for really teaching me that when I was in my recovery journey. Really helped me see things in a different way. I'm not binging because of a lack of willpower. I'm not binging because I'm broken in any way. I am eating a lot of food because I restricted food all day long, and my body can't survive without food. So your body's going to, you're going to sort of go crazy with food at the end of the night. So that doesn't help with your relationship to food, right? Because then now you think, oh my gosh, I'm broken, I'm so bad, I feel guilty for eating all this stuff. And so then the next morning you wake up and you go, well, I'm just gonna skip breakfast, eat a light lunch, and then like I'll even out, right? But then what happens is then you're like knuckles deep in the chip bag by 10 p.m. that night. And then the whole cycle continues and continues and continues. And it really just perpetuates this unhealthy relationship with food. And so by eating earlier in the day, making sure that you have that substantial breakfast and a good lunch, you are ensuring that you're going to have a good, healthy, just appetite throughout the day. And you're not going to feel like you need to feast at night, which is going to help you have that healthier relationship with food. There's one last reason why I think that eating breakfast is super important, and that is for balancing out your blood sugar levels. This is going to help you feel very grounded. This is also going to help your metabolism increase, and it's going to help you balance out your hormones. Did I just say that? I can't remember. Pretty much about balancing blood sugar is going to be really, really important for a myriad of reasons. And again, another video to come, or just go on over to @FlowWithClo on Instagram. I talk a lot about this type of stuff, and a lot of my posts have detailed information about why we want to balance blood sugar, why birth control is not the solution, why your period is gone in the first place. And I think that it is really helpful to first understand. I think if I understood why my period was gone and why that was a bad thing, I would have been quicker to start my recovery journey. I simply was just like, I don't know, I haven't had a period for 11 years, like who the heck cares? I'm not trying to have a baby right now. But I really regret that. I really regret that I didn't understand, like, oh my gosh, it is so important that I have a period. Like, it is so important, not just for my short-term health, but long-term health as well. Especially when you're at the age of like in your teens, your early 20s, even early 30s. I mean, always, right? Like we want to be nourishing our body, but especially at those times, like you're developing, you're building your brain. I think that doesn't stop developing until you're what, like 26 years old. Finally have a developed brain, guys. So excited. That actually was the age though that I started healing from my eating disorder, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, so your brain is developing. You're supposed to be building up bone density right now for the rest of your life. So as you age, naturally bone density is going to decrease. This is why we see old grandmas get hip fractures really easily. You know, they're just like walking down the curb and they break a leg. That's because their bones are really brittle. So you don't want to be starting off menopause. You don't want to be starting off that later stage in life with really low bone density. So this is your time to build it up right now. How do you build it up? You eat calcium. How do you get calcium? Drink your freaking milk. Like, that's going to be one of your best bioavailable sources of calcium. You need to be eating enough food to do that. Anyways, there's so many reasons why we want to have a period back, but I hope that this one tip of eating breakfast within 30 minutes of waking up is going to really help push you forward in nutrition and rehabilitating your body so that you can restore your metabolism and get your period back. If you have more questions in regard to this, or if you're ready to get your period back, highly, highly, highly recommend working one-on-one with me. This is where we really can dive into the nitty-gritty of your situation. What obstacles are you going through? What are your biggest fears in this recovery journey that's blocking you from moving forward? Let's dismantle that. Let's push through that together. I will give you that support to be able to continue on this path of recovery, and also that sort of knowledge of like, okay, what's going on? I really seek to empower my clients of understanding their body and how it works and how they can better take care of their body so that they can have a healthy life from here on out. So you can apply for one-on-one coaching. I'm taking just a couple more people, honestly, for this year. I'm coming out with an online program come July. So I'm really going to be focusing less on one-on-one clients. I might actually completely not work with one-on-one clients coming up here in the next couple months, but until my course is out, I will be working one-on-one with people. So the time is now for you to get your period back. So go and apply for coaching, and yeah, I will respond to any of the application forms, and I look forward to meeting with you guys. A free way to support this channel, if you guys enjoyed this content, is to simply just press the like button and to subscribe. That really helps the algorithm, that helps my channel out, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in my next video.